We're live here at the World Series, Sunday morning between Grip It and Rip It and the Dodger organization. If you want to attend, there's standing room only, as you can see by this parking lot. You better bring your wallets also. Parking, $21.50 per space here today, as all the prices are jacked up for this epic World Series battle. Let's walk up. As mentioned, standing room only, every seat taken. But at Celebrity Row, we see Jack JZ Zalta, catcher for unfinished business. Let's see if we can secure an interview with him. Mr. Zalta, do you have a minute? Do you have a minute, Mr. Zalta?
Norman, how are you? Good to see you.
Doing real good. Good to see you.
Good. Yeah, here watching the World Series.
Jack, you had an interesting year this year. It started off where you were actually not in the initial draft. You haven't played in the league in around 2-3 years, and then somehow you were acquired on the Rule 5 draft, I believe, for unfinished business. Take us through the process there.
Well, I was told by my agent to hold out of the draft. I was actually asked to be in the draft, but my agent did tell me not to join. The collective bargaining agreement didn't include for a special mask that I wanted to wear as a catcher. And when they then agreed to let me wear that mask, I was picked up by Maurice Haber.
Now, as a catcher, you were involved in, as the peacemaker on the team, on many different disputes that you had, one involving Sammy Insane Sutton. What went on behind closed doors with Maurice feuding with Sammy Sutton and supposedly some sort of letter being written, an apology that was actually forged. What happened over there?
Well, I will say that what happens behind closed doors usually stays behind closed doors, but you are my friend, so I will give you some closed door information. And it seemed that there was a problem between Mr. Haber, our captain, and Sammy Sutton, who tends to have problems with almost anybody he plays with. They fought back and forth. There were some words on your radio show, as I remember. There were some words, and then a letter written. I'm not sure who actually wrote that letter, although I did hear from multiple people on my team involved. And this is breaking news. I'm giving it to
Breaking news.
you know, because you're my friend,
Yep.
that I don't know that Sammy actually wrote that letter. That's what I'll say about that.
Well, Jack, you're known as somebody that doesn't sugarcoat.
I don't sugarcoat. I do not sugarcoat.
You're someone that just will not sugarcoat. You see a situation, you call it as it is. Our sources are telling us.
I see a spade, I call it a spade.
Our sources are telling us that actually Maurice wrote that letter himself and then pawned it off to the rest of the league as if it was written by Sammy Sutton, taking the rest of us for fools, I guess. Now, you being someone that does not sugarcoat, that sees a spade and says, you know what, friends, that's a spade over there.
Yeah.
So did Maurice write that letter, yes or no?
I cannot confirm nor deny that Maurice wrote that letter, as I was not, I'm not privy to his BlackBerry writings, although I did hear from sources that that was a possibility. But again, I don't know for sure, and anything that comes from Sammy Sutton cannot always be given, taken as 100%. But I will tell you that I did hear that, although I'm not sure that I 100% believe it.
Jackie, you played with league legend Richie RBI Braha this year. What was that experience like for you to play with such a living legend?
Well, the word legend speaks volumes about Richie. He is a great player. He actually taught me not to sugarcoat. He does not sugarcoat. When he sees something that he doesn't like, if you don't slide correctly, if you don't run hard, he will tell you. He will tell you.
How's that experience different from previous times? Oh.
What? What?
We're here with mother of league legend RBI Richie Braha. No, we could join it. And Jackie Braha and Elliot Braha.
And future Hall of Famer, Zach Eshkenaz.
Future first ballot Hall of Famer.
Grandmother.
Let's hear what you think of Richie's style of play compared to your other children.
Should I tell you what I think of Richie?
Tell us what you think of Richie.
How you doing? He's crazy. Crazy. A heart of gold, but crazy. And I know everyone loves him. I love him, but he's nuts. He's nutty.
We all love him. Jack, sorry for that brief interruption. Let me go back to the so Jack, what happened to your team in the playoffs there? You guys were an excellent fielding team throughout the year, I believe. But what happened in the playoffs that your team just quietly wilted away at the hands of Grip It and Rip It?
Well, I'll tell you, the defense just broke down. I mean, I see every play from behind the plate. And I'll tell you that I did think our defense would be a little bit better than it was for whatever reason. Maybe balls, they do say in the playoffs the game moves faster. And I think maybe the speed of those games was just a little bit too fast for our defense. Although I know their heart and soul was into the game, and we did do our best, but our defense did let us down, and that's really what happened there.
And finally, for all the young catchers out there or catchers in training out there, take us through the process of how you decided to become a catcher and how important of a position that is in the YMSL, in your opinion, if it is.
Well, I'll tell you this, and as we said, I don't sugarcoat, and I pretty much took on the catching position just because I know nobody else wants to, and if you're a catcher, you're almost guaranteed a spot on a team. I then told you to do it, and it guaranteed your spot in the league. Otherwise, we'd both be playing golf and starting our honeydew season a lot earlier than we would have liked.
And tell us what the honeydew season is.
Honeydew this, honeydew that.
There you have it, folks. Jack Zalta sees a spade, calls it a spade. Doesn't sugarcoat. League legend. Good to have him back. Picked up. Good that he got through all the contractual obligation issues that you had in the beginning of the season. Jack Zalta here at Celebrity Row during Game 1 of the World Series. Back to the studio.